Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. I am Karoline. I'm documenting my health journey, and today I will share a little bit about this health journey of mine, and especially when it comes to my digestive issues and how I have been recognizing how I can release emotions trapped in my body, especially in my solar plexus area. How I am figuring that out and what I am doing. And I had, a couple of really good experiences the last 2 days. So I just wanted to share that. Maybe it can be help for someone else. As I mentioned before, I focus on more to how the energy body, and how to release emotions trapped in the body, rather than too much focus on getting solution from outside, because there's no solutions for me at least right now, with my digestive issues, which is like I get really full, really fast full when I eat. So I have to eat really small meals, and it can be hard to get enough food and calories. And I do have a lot of food sensitivities and histamine intolerance, so there's a lot of foods that I can't have. And with all this, it comes like bloating and just like always feeling full in my stomach. And even though I sometimes feel a little bit hungry, I don't get hungry too much because my stomach feels so full all the time. But when I get a little bit hungry, it's strange, because the stomach feels like full, but still have to eat. And weird feeling. Sometimes it's like, am I nauseous now because I'm hungry, or because my stomach's just full? And so it's just also a lot of pain due to the fullness, like all the time. The stomach just feels like ugh, and it also makes my breathing and like more shallow, because it's harder to breathe into the stomach, because it's painful. But I'm working on that now with these new techniques I will share with you. And so it was a couple of days ago. Because lately, like the last 2 weeks, I've been noticing a lot of programs that's in my body, in my energy body. And it's been really like eye-opening for me, because I knew that I had them before, but now it was like, wow, I knew how to also silence them more, which I never fully knew before. So now I just 100% got it, because I watch Kyle C's YouTube channel, and he talks so much about this, and he has a ton of great YouTube videos that I recommend, and coaching videos where he you can see it in a YouTube video where he coached another person, and you can see the struggles they have. And like in the video, you will see that the person will release something, and sometimes you can see that they kind of shift, like you see it in their face, in their posture, in their eyes. They just like lift up, like, wow, it's a different reality without this program. Or when I know this, knowledge is also power, to know that you have a program and then watch it from the outside. So So a couple of days ago, I noticed when I had a meal, because it's hard to eat. I know not always hard to eat, but I know that it can come stomach pain with the meal, maybe during or after. Sometimes no pain if I eat like little enough. So I was conscious of like, wow, there's a lot of emotions and programming around when I'm eating as well, because it's kind of so much fear, like kind of scared that these pains will come up, and I have the programming in my body that says I can't eat so much, and of course it's a physical thing. And I was just observing and just like saw that I felt very like not in the now, like my body felt so restricting the now. I could feel like a little bit more fight or flight in me. I feel that quite a lot, but in that moment I could feel it. And then I had made my food and I thought, okay, no, I'll just observe all these feelings that comes up and this restlessness in my body that comes up with this not accepting this moment and being in the moment. So I was just, I had my meal and I thought, okay, I will close my eyes. I closed my eyes and I sat maybe for 20, 25 minutes maybe, and just kind of saw myself from the outside, like me looking in on my body and just realizing that, wow, this is just my body having symptoms and reactions to this moment, and try to push away the moment, not want to be in it. And the more I just watch myself from the outside, I could just feel more calm, and it was easier to breathe too, because when I realized like my soul, me, when I saw myself from the outside, I saw that, yeah, I am not my body. I mean, I have this body, but I am not the body. So when I could then look from the outside, it wasn't that frightening to have this deep breath and breathe into the pain, feel the pain more. It wasn't. So I feel I can breathe more, and I just could feel myself relax into the moment. And kind of, I felt my stomach relax, like a little bit pain that led up to the meal. It was kind of like easing a little bit. And yeah, I just got in a really meditative state. You might think that you can get same results with breathing, like deep breathing in and out before a meal. And of course, that's just that in itself is great to do. And because you focus on the breath, and then you will often be more present in the now. For me, that haven't been enough, because I got too unfocused, and it was like, oh no. For me, looking from the outside and in, like my soul is also on the outside, and looking in, that perspective just really made a big difference. You should try it as well. And because that's actually the way Karoline describes, kind of, not maybe that you look yourself from the outside, but yeah, I think that's what he means. Then you can just sit through the feelings, the uncomfortableness that you're in, like you can just observe it, and it will kind of dissipate. And that's what it did. I got so calm, and like in the start of the day this was, and a lot in the start of the day, my in the start of my days, regular days, I can get a little like anxious or like restless in my body. So I was really surprised that I could really calm down that much, that I could really sit with it. And yeah, it just really helped me looking from the outside and in observing and just like breathing and observing and seeing that no, there's no danger in this moment, no danger. And the most cool thing that happened was, I mean, I started like a couple of years ago, I started my spiritual awakening, and also the kundalini awakening. It's like this life force of energy that is often stuck in your first 3 centers. So it's the survival energy centers in your body. It's like the root chakra under your navel, and then the solar plexus. And so when the kundalini energy is awakened, you have a lot of different symptoms, which can be weird and tiring, but also really cool. And I watched actually a video on this, Oddo by Victor Oddo, explaining this really good yesterday. So I'll put the link down if you want to watch it. It's really helpful if you think that's what's going on in your body. But this kundalini energy, when it's awakened, it tries to go up, like release, because it's stuck energy that's kind of negative energy that's stuck in these centers, and they want to move up and kind of release. And actually with that kind of meditation I did before I ate 2 days ago, I realized something, that it was the kundalini energy that I could feel, because I suddenly felt, when I had my eyes closed, I suddenly felt like this energy, just like kind of like a snake, which I heard that the kundalini energy can be like a snake. I mean, the symbol of the kundalini energy is like 2 snakes like this, a sword, I think. Yeah, I could feel it was like, ooh. And it was so strange, because that kind of feeling, that kind of release of energy, I haven't had it in that way before, like several different ways, but that not in that way. And I remember when I was sitting there, I was like, whoa, this energy is so alive. I mean, this is so so I realized the day after that, or the same day in the night, that wow, that was really like a kundalini energy moment. That was cool. So I also tried it the next day, just a few minutes before my meal. I had a warm meal, so I didn't want to meditate for too long before the meal, so it would get cold. But I could also feel that I could calm down, and also when I opened my eyes and was eating, I could focus more, like not have as much fight or flight mode in my body, when I was eating, and it was making the eating experience more comfortable, and the digestion more relaxed, and just I could feel like the food went kind of through better. It wasn't, I couldn't feel, it was like less pain than regular. So that was really cool. And yeah, so this around meals, doing this exercise, really just like thinking, okay, this is a part of my path now. It's a part of that's what I'm using my time on. If you got that attitude, it's easier, because I'm always thinking now, like last couple of weeks I've been so into okay, I need to, when I feel resistant to the moment, I want to release it. And of course I feel it a lot throughout the day. But some moments it's it feels more important, like before a meal or anything like that, or when it's like really like feel my breathing is quite bad and feel stressed and my symptoms are coming up, then I feel it's more important. But yeah, that it's like a part of my day now, and it's a part of healing. It's a part of yeah, me getting better. So doing that, even though it takes time, kind of, yeah, it takes just time. I think it's okay, because healing is like the most productive thing you can do, even though it feels the least productive thing you can do, or at least I was thinking that, or it's in the start, or like you're just sitting there and not doing anything. But that's actually really productive, and as Carl says, yeah, it's the most productive thing you can do, because you're releasing trauma, you're releasing emotions. Yeah, it's the same thing. You're releasing all this programming that also holds you back from everything you want, and that you don't know you want yet. It's taking away the veil from who you are now to who your soul, like who you really are. So I mean, that's so important work to do. And yeah, so actually by doing this, it's so much more productive than what you thought would be productive, to like, ooh, I have to work this extra half an hour, and I have to, yeah, do this and that. But by doing this work, you will remove this veil that's between you now and your soul, how you're meant to be, so you can get more in touch with your intuition. So when you really hear that and you can follow it, you will be in such a deep flow in life, and then it's so easy to attract the right kind of work, money, the right relationship, the right anything you want, like the right life. And it will happen in a more magical way than you ever experienced or thought was real. So just that, I remind myself like all the time, like, no, this is the work. This is the foundation of my life, and also my happiness. Yeah, and I hope that was something you also could maybe you got like an aha moment or anything like that. Let me know if you did, or let me know also if you also had this experience with your digestion, and it's easy to eat when you have kind of meditated, watch yourself from the outside, release emotion, or maybe if you have any other chronic pain that's kind of coming up in certain situations that you suddenly are watching and seeing like, oh, maybe this is a program and I can release some of the pain in these kind of situations. It's so exciting, and I'm loving the journey, even though it can be hard and it's really like up and down, because when cool things like if I feel the energy up and stuff like that, when that happens, I'm like, wow, so cool, like up. And sometimes I'm just exhausted if I haven't slept good, because I'm also releasing emotions during the night and dreaming, like also did this night, horrible dreams or nightmares. So it's an up and down journey, but it's really worth it. Yeah, getting closer to my higher self. So I hope you could take something away from this video, and yeah, if you did, give me a thumbs up, maybe subscribe if you like my videos, and I see you next time, and thank you for being here, and have a lovely evening. Bye.